We all know that when something doesn't work, you reset it, right? A reboot often fixes it. A piece of technology or phone, sometimes a webcam doesn't work, I have to reboot my computer. Try rebooting your brain. I'm going to give you my 5 keys, really quick keys. They're all going to be common sense, and hopefully you'll turn them into common practice. That the 5 steps that I'm taking people through right now to reset your brain. Where I would start is doing little, tiny, small, simple steps to make you feel safe in the moment. Because when we don't feel safe, we go into fight, we go into flight, we go into freeze. We're not going to get the best out of us. So we need to feel safe. So I put together an acronym. So RESET is the acronym I'm going to use. R-E-S-E-T. So what does the R stand for? If you want to feel safe, I would start by routine. Really look into your routines. I believe the treasure you seek is hidden in your daily routine. I would focus on especially routines around your sleep, most important. Your devotion to motion. What's your routine for moving? Taking your thoughts and putting them on paper. How many of you journal on a regular basis? And that's a wonderful way to reduce anxiety. It's a wonderful way to help you process what you're going through, to give yourself an emotional release. And going to emotional release, that's the E. Okay, so we're just talking about the 5 keys to resetting your brain, resetting your 2020. The E stands for emotions. Now, what do I mean by emotions? First of all, I would say honor them. Honor them. Don't resist them. Don't feel bad because you're going to go through this year. How many of you went through a spectrum of emotions this year? I mean, like the full spectrum of emotions. And so don't resist, because what you resist persists. If you try not to do it, you're going to do it more. But, journaling is a great way of processing them. Talk therapy is a wonderful way of processing them. Having connection with people is a wonderful way of processing them, meaning that you could be physically distant, but you don't have to be socially distant. We're connecting here. You don't have to be mentally distant. The S in reset stands for sever. What does it mean to sever? Sever means to disconnect, to separate, right? To enjoy some genuine time offline. And that's kind of ironic, right? Because we are online right now. But sometimes when we're on screens all the time, it gets difficult because it becomes addictive. How many of you saw Social Dilemma? How the billions of dollars are being spent and some of the top minds, psychologists, on to keep you engaging in a platform. And here's the thing, technology is not good or bad. Fire is not good or bad. Fire can cook your food or it can burn down your home. It's how you utilize it. So, again, technology I love. It allows us to connect, it allows us to instruct, allows us to inspire. But if technology is using you, technology is a tool for you to use, but if technology is using you, then you become the tool. Life is the C between B and D. What's B? Birth. D is death. C is what? C is choice. C is the choice. That these difficult times can define you, these difficult times can diminish you, or these difficult times can develop you. Ultimately, you decide with the choices you make every single day. And we always have a choice on what to focus on, a choice of what things mean. Now, the E stands for explore. Explore. Now, I love this one because I think curiosity is one of the most important emotions to cultivate, along with gratitude. When you're curious, you don't feel as much fear, just like when you are grateful. So what can you explore, right? We're talking about resetting yourself. Part of it is getting curious, and maybe you want to find a new playlist. Maybe you want to try a new workout. Maybe you want to try a new food. Asking yourself this question: what's most important to me in life? What's most important to me in my family? What's most important to me in my career, in my job, in my contribution, in my impact, right? And then lean into that, explore that, see where your passions, even with your kids too, see where their passions go, give them enough stimulus and novelty. To build your brain mental muscle, the same thing as your physical muscles. You give it novelty and give it nutrition. Right? You give it stimulus, you work it out, and then you feed it with nutrition. Same thing with your brain. Your brain thrives on novelty. And then finally, the T in reset. My 5th tip for you to be able to think about when you want to reset your brain, reset your mind, get a mental reboot, reboot your year if you want, is to really think. And when I say think, I mean dream again, hope again. A lot of people, they pursued a career because of their parents, right? They didn't date somebody because, they were afraid of what other people would think. but it's what's your truth. Because that's the whole thing when it talks about regret. A lot of people, they have unfulfilled pasts, and you don't want that to be you. If you're watching this, it's certainly not you. But now, when is now a great time to change that? Right? There's that proverb, the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time? Today. Right now. I'm talking to you. Now is the time to do it.